Hey guys, what's good? Joey again. I'm back with another video. So obviously going into my cut, starting that this week, I thought it'd be a good idea to take you through all the supplements that I use, that I have to obviously supplement my diet alongside with my food that I take to help me with this cut, and just what I take really. Thought I'd give you a little insight into that. I would like to state before we get any further into this video, I am not a qualified nutritionist. These are just the things that I take, which I would recommend, but of course do your own research, speak to a nutritionist if you want, don't just take my word for it. But yeah, with that disclaimer done, we'll get into it. We'll start with, as you can see behind me, my protein. So yeah, first up is I've got my whey protein. This is just a diet whey from my protein. My protein is where I pretty much get all of my supplements from. Yeah, pretty much got this to supplement, help boost my protein intake alongside obviously my meals, because obviously you want your first source of protein to come from your meals, but you might not get enough, which is why they are called supplements. You take them in addition to having a healthy, balanced diet. I take 2 scoops of this, which is works out at about 65 grams of protein. I take 2 scoops of this with water twice a day, just to help boost my protein intake. I've got the natural vanilla flavour. I find that the diet whey flavour vanilla is way nicer than the just normal whey flavour. It's got a real milkshakey kind of taste to it. When you have it with milk, it is literally like you're sipping on a milkshake. It's lush, but obviously trying to cut calories down, less milk now, so I have it with water, but it still tastes alright. It's enough to it's enough of a nice taste to be able to take it quite regularly. And then I've also got creatine monohydrate here. This is my creatine that I use. Again, my protein. When I was getting paid and had a job, I used to get most of my supplements from Optimum Nutrition. You had a discount code because of Rugby with that as well, but again, protein kind of works the same. I mean, the same as it does with most things. The more expensive or the more money you spend tends to be the higher quality of product that you get. But for me, obviously being a student now, my protein is good enough for me now. It does the job. It's cheap. They're really good at giving a student discount out, and it's pretty easy to order in bulk as well. I don't get paid. This isn't a sponsored advert. I just think my protein actually is a really good source of supplementation, especially for students who I know money can be a bit tight with when you're at uni and stuff like that. So if you do want to get some supplements, I would recommend my protein. They usually have a sale on most of the time, all year round, or there's always discount codes you can get. But yeah, creatine monohydrate, I take this obviously to boost my creatine. It helps with producing ATP, which is obviously what gets converted into energy when you're working out or running or whatever, just doing any physical exercise. I've got the tropical flavour. Oh, camera. Yeah, I've got a tropical flavour here. Used to have the berry, what was it called? The berry mix, berry blush maybe, can't remember, which was like a Ribena raspberry kind of taste. Not the biggest fan of Ribena, so switched up to the tropical. This is much like, kind of tastes, I'd say mainly tastes of pineapple, but it's nice. Yeah, I have 2 scoops of that twice a day. Works out as I think around about 4 grams of creatine, just to help with my water retention as well. I know obviously we're trying to cut, but at the beginning of that cut phase we want to try and keep as much size as we can whilst obviously reducing fat. So for now, creatine isn't really an issue to have in my diet, which works out well for me. Next, what do I have? Moving on to like pills and stuff like that. I've got CLAs here, conjugated linoleic acid, CLA for short, obviously. It's basically a fatty acid. Yeah, I take it obviously in pill size. I think most of the recommended servings are on the back. Like on here, this one says take 2 soft gels daily, and it says what to take them with as well. This says best taken with food. I take all of mine supplements fasted in the morning just to get them in, get them done. Obviously, apart from my creatine and my whey, all my pills and stuff like that, I take fasted in the morning just to get them in, get them done. Then I haven't got to worry about, oh, I haven't taken this, I haven't taken that, oh, I need to take this. It just take them off in the morning. It's just another job done, tick for the day. And then my essential omega-3s, I take these as well. Sorry, yeah, I take these as well. This is 1 gel 3 times a day, so I have 3 gels in the morning just to get them in, get them done. Yeah, again, omega-3, another fatty acid that your body can't make. Obviously, you might be thinking, oh, fatty acid, not really good, you're trying to lose weight, but again, things in balance. It's all about having a balanced diet. This helps keep your blood pressure low. It slows plaque development in your arteries as well, so obviously to help keep you that healthy heart. And it reduces triglycerides, which are again lipids, fatty acids, stuff like that, so it actually helps reduce the build-up of fat, which is ideal, and it's just good for your general health. Next up, I've got green tea extract. If it wants to focus, I don't think it is going to focus. Yeah, it's not going to focus, but yeah, I've got my green tea extract here. Obviously, you've got caffeine involved in it, which there are research into caffeine helping with weight loss. But yeah, my serving size with this is 1 tablet daily, best taken with food. It just helps to endure the state of thermogenesis. It just increases the amount of enzymes, like hormones, to do with fat loss. It just makes them a bit more active, which then obviously results in, it stimulates them more, which results in a degree of increased fat loss. It's also good, it protects your brain cells as well. Which is always a good thing to have, especially in a rugby player like me, where we get most of them knocked out of us anyway. Next, what next? Thermo Pure tablets. There's 180 capsules in there. See, look, that one focus. This is a bit weird, but yeah. Got these Thermo Pure tablets. These contain vitamins B6 and B12. Again, caffeine, and they just reduce tiredness and fatigue. Obviously, got caffeine in again, so there's rumour that they aid in weight loss. But these just reduce my tiredness, fatigue. I take 3 of these a day. Obviously training quite a lot, and obviously being on a restricted diet of what I can eat. Sometimes I get a bit grouchy and tired, obviously not being able to eat as much as I'd like to, so they help with that. Next up, we've got a daily multivitamin. I mean, I'd recommend everyone to have one of these, really. As much as you may think you eat well, or you do actually have a really good balanced diet, you still can't get all of the nutrition that you need from a very balanced diet. You can't physically eat enough, or eat enough of something. So daily vitamins, I would 100% recommend to anyone just to have, even whether you're an athlete or not. Just helps obviously supplement that, boosts up the vitamins that you wouldn't get through your diet that you're eating, as well as obviously with your immune system, boost your immune system. So obviously reduce the chances of you getting a cold or an illness, or help hopefully reduce the time that it takes you to recover from actually getting one. They're just good for your general well-being, really. And then finally, I've got and Alpha Men, which is a multivitamin as well, but it's just the My Protein one. It's just the top one. It contains biotin, which is good for your psychological functioning, obviously stimulate the brain a bit more. It's also got copper in it, which protects your cells from oxidative stress. Again, the majority of these that I take are more for protecting the body and adding vitamins into my diet that I wouldn't have from the food that I consume, more than them being used as a specific supplement to aid weight loss. Pretty much all the things that I have. Again, I do want to reiterate the point that these are all supplements. They are meant to supplement a healthy and well-balanced diet. They are not as a replacement as such. So as much as you might want to take them and you might consider a protein shake to be a meal replacement, it's not. You can't replace a meal, a well-balanced nutritional meal, balanced of proteins, carbs, and obviously your veg, fibre. They're not a replacement for that, so you still do need to be eating to the highest of quality that you can. Not such as a supplement, but something that I do recommend and a lot of people don't actually do is drink enough water. I think on average we should consume about 4 litres a day, which the majority of people don't. I'm an awful one for it. I never really drink that much water, I only drink when I'm thirsty, and it's another thing that I've started to be a bit more proactive with. Trying to get water in. Again, it aids with your recovery after session, which is obviously ideal. Help repair those muscles faster and stuff like that, but as well it's just good for your natural well-being. The more water you have, the more diluted obviously your urine is, which is a build-up of harmful chemicals in your body which your body actually wants to get rid of. Makes you go to the toilet more, which then as a result you get more of those harmful chemicals out, as well as it does stop your wee stinking as much as it does. There's nothing worse when when you wake up in the morning hungover, you go to the toilet after a heavy night of drinking and your urine just absolutely stinks. So it does have that benefit as well. I've had one of these this morning already on my walk. I'll probably have another one now, maybe get through another 2. I'll probably get through a whole one of these whilst I'm training later as well, so it's just good to keep topping that. On all of these products, it's just a lot of them do contain caffeine, so I have to manage my caffeine levels, as well as obviously being quite a coffee fanatic, and I enjoy my coffees. They wake me up and give me that extra bit of energy, help me through my fast. Just be aware of what you are taking into your body, do your research, and check on levels. Some products obviously you may think they do one thing, but they might also contain something that another product has, such as obviously using caffeine, and so you need to regulate that. You don't want to be taking a ridiculous amount of caffeine a day, obviously not being able to sleep at night. So also knowing what your supplements contain is a good indicator of when you should actually be taking them. Obviously don't be taking a green tea extract an hour before I go to bed when it contains a fair amount of caffeine. It's going to stop me getting that sleep, and obviously that brings me on to another point as well. Sleep is very underrated. It is, you could kind of class it as a supplement, however it is one of the most underrated parts of, I'd say it is part of a balanced diet, a balanced lifestyle. You can eat all the stuff in the world, have all the perfect amount of protein, do amazing recovery, stretch all the time, but if you aren't getting a decent night's sleep, your body is not going to be able to regenerate itself as effectively as it would if it does get a good night's sleep. Average is 7 to 8 hours for the average human. Some people just need to sleep more than that, they naturally do. They get tired depending on what their job entitles during the day as well. May require them to get more than that. I know people that can function on 6, you technically can function on 6 hours sleep. I have before. You're not necessarily the nicest person to be around, however it is possible to function on that, but 8 hours of sleep on average is ideal for most humans. Yeah, I think that pretty much rounds up the video. I hope it was a little bit educational. Again, I want to reiterate, I'm not a nutritionist, so if you do want to get advice from people who have qualifications in this, I would highly recommend. And just do your research into what you're taking as well. At the end of the day, if you put it into your body, you're the one responsible for that. So if you are, say, an athlete, and your sport, like rugby, has restrictions on what you can and can't take, make sure you do your research into that, because at the end, like I said, at the end of the day, no one else is responsible for what's going into your body apart from you. So if you end up getting a ban for taking something and not knowing what was in it, it was a banned substance in a product that you've been taking, then that's down to your lack of research, and at the end of the day, it's your own fault. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to be pushing a lot of content with the cut now starting, hopefully, so I'm going to try and keep a lot of content coming out, and I'll catch you in the next video, guys.